Hi, I'm Pete, and this is a scramble and solve of the Butterflower Cube. This is a great new curvy copter variant from Lan, and I'm going to show a full scramble and solve of this puzzle. In the background here, I have all of the curvy copter family members, but of course we had to start with the helicopter cube, the original, that kicked it all off. We have the curvy copter plus, Crazy Comet, Curvy Copter 3, Scooby Copter Extreme, and the Rua Cube. So, did I miss one? If you think I did, let me know in the comments. All right, well, let's just switch things up, get a closer view of the Butterflower Cube, and we'll get started. All right, we're back with a bit of a close-up view of the Butterflower Cube. So the Butterflower Cube has the same moves as a Curvy Copter. We are missing the Curvy Copter corners, but what we get are these nice corners that we can rotate. Now, if you take a look at what's happening here, when we rotate the corners, we're breaking up these petals, but we're also breaking up these edge pieces as well. And that's kind of going to give us a clue as to how we go about solving this. The solve is in a couple of steps, and I will show it to you. But basically, the overall process is what I would call a reduction to curvy copter, because in the end we're going to be solving a curvy copter without corners. So I just try to do a good thorough scramble here. Now, as I'm flipping these edges, you may note that there's two colors, these diamonds. They don't move, they flip around the edge, and that's going to help us with our solving. Okay, this is great. Have fun. Yeah, I like this puzzle. It's not too hard, not too long and arduous, because you don't always want to be putting your brain in a vice, as I say. Not everything can be Aton's star or the rhombic Tutminx. Sometimes you just want a little kind of a puzzle snack. Well, this would be a little more than a snack, because it's not exactly, it's not a 10-minute puzzle or something like that, but it's not super hard. All right, let's try and get some of these edges kind of moved way out of the way. Okay, I think we're getting a good scramble here. Gotta try and sort of cycle stuff away. So at some point I will just stop flipping edges and just start moving stuff back, to move stuff out of the way. How's this looking? Not too bad. Let's just try a little harder in that corner. I think it'll all be good. All right. Now, you see why it's important to have the puzzle turning well. There's a lot of turning involved in the solve, and if it's catchy, if it's stiff, the edges are stiff, it's really going to be a miserable solving experience. My puzzle is really breaking in nicely, and I'm glad for that. So, if you get a chance to look at my other video, the follow-up video for the Butter Cube, that explains that'll help you to get your puzzle, the edges not being quite so stiff, if you're having problems with it. I'm actually kind of curious to know if this was just an aberration, this particular puzzle, or if they're all kind of like that. All right, I think that's a good scramble. Maybe try a couple more here. Yeah, there we go. I think that'll work. Okay. So that is the Butterflower Cube scrambled. And our first order of business then is to reestablish the faces, the color scheme, and the orientation of the edges. And we're going to use these two colors on each edge. Now, just by tradition, I always start on the high contrast white, and we're going to just basically, you know, they might be turned, it might not be really clear, but as soon as you get two on the same face, you know that that's the face. So there's the white right there. Okay, that's blue. Well, it's no surprise that all the side edges are established themselves. That was pretty quick, but that is a very quick step. Okay, so now we have everything nicely put into place. The face colors. Now our next step is we're going to join these edges. That's the next step. Now it has to be the next step. We could start by trying to assemble the petals, but my claim is that can't work, to starting that way first. But if you have a different way of doing it, I'd really like to hear it down in the comments. Anyway, so my claim is we have to do the edges. So we're going to just go around and solve these edges, and it's just a simple 3-cycle replace. So for example, this one goes over here and it actually goes there. So what I'm going to do is take that piece, move it here, put the piece that belongs there into place, and then I can undo that, right? And I always try to undo them as much as possible. Here at the very beginning it doesn't matter too much. You want to put the edges back, but the vertices isn't that important, but you still want to establish that habit. Okay, so that one's done. This edge happens to be good, and we can just go around. I just want to do the light colored ones on the top here, and then go around, and then we'll flip it over. So now we need white and orange, which is right here. And I'm trying to think of where that goes. I think it's there. I'm not positive, but we'll try. So that one goes, and we'll replace that. Now we can bring that up, bring it back, and then I can put that back. And I got it wrong. But it's not such a big crime because there's the one that belongs here. So we'll do something really tricky. What I'll do is I'll put that one in, flip this, and then turn that one back, and then flip it back. So that worked out quite nicely. All right, not too bad. Now this one, we can do it now. We could do it later. Actually, this is the one that goes there. But to fix that, we really want to have the other one as well. Where is it? We'll come back to it. Oh, no, it's right there. We won't come back to it. Okay, we can actually do something very similar to what we just did. So I'll put this one in its proper place. There we go. I'll flip that edge and then put that back. Oh, that worked out really nicely. Okay, so we're going around here. If you want to just do all the top ones first, that would be fine too. I find it easier to do like an edge, this and that. It just kind of go that way. Let's see. So this is green and white. Let's see. There's green and white. So again, it's not such a big crime if I get it wrong. So I'll replace that one, and if it's the wrong one, then I'll come back. Oh well, I sometimes just luck. All right. So there's that one. I probably want to be working on the orange and green at the same time. There it is right there. So what I'll do is I'll take this one and I'll use that to replace it. I don't know which one it is, but there we go. So if I turn that down, I want this out of the way, so I'll turn that down. Okay, so we put that one in, and now I just undo all those moves that I just did. And it's wrong, but that's okay. You've seen how easy it is to fix it when you finally get the right one. Speaking of the right one, where is the right one? There it is right there. Okay, I might as well just go ahead and do it. So I'll bring this down, so that's the one we're going to replace. And I've done this a couple of times now. Put that back and turn that back. And now that edge is done. So this is pretty relatively quick steps. It's pretty straightforward, but it does make you think. So I want the other green and white, which is right there. So I'm going to replace this. So it's there, right there. Bring it down, replace it, and now I can undo all those moves that I just did. And the nice thing about that is you can actually, that works even if you have stuff you've already done there. Okay, and we want to do red and green. I just flip that around. There's one of them. And I can actually see that this one goes there, so I can just go ahead and put that in. There we go. And where's the other red and green? Okay, I don't actually see it, but that's okay. Oh, there it is right there. So I'll just put this piece in and then replace it with that. There it is, and then we can flip that around. It's going quite smoothly. So let's see here. We got the white and red. There it is. So we know that one goes there, and then there's the other one. All right. Well, why not? Just I'll put that in, flop it, and then that's good. And now I'll put that one in there. Okay, so that one belongs up here. Now, I want to replace this one, but I want to 3-cycle it. So I'll move this out of the way, turn it down, move it up. Okay, and it's just, I like to do that just because if you get in the habit of doing that, you'll have fewer issues where you wreck a face you've already done or an edge. All right, this is coming along. I'm deliberately leaving the yellow, but it's going to be almost completely done. This one's done. Oh, we've come all the way around here. There's the piece that has to go there. So how's this going to work? All right, well, I'm just going to bring that piece along until we find a way to replace it. There it is. That's the piece. Okay, there it is right there. Now I'll flip this edge to replace the piece and come up here. And what did I just do? I think I replaced the wrong piece. Oh, I think I mistaked. Stuck to my white and blue for a yellow and blue. You know, it's a battle between me and this little piece of plastic, and in that case, I kind of lost, didn't I? All right, well, we'll try it again. There's the piece I'm looking for. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you because these edges are all done, and I'll actually use this as a demo to show you that as long as you undo everything, it's not going to hurt anything. So there's the piece we're replacing. I replaced it, and now I'll undo all of these moves I just did, and you'll see that we kept this edge intact. It didn't hurt any of these pieces that were already done, and we replaced the edge. Okay, so that was it. Yeah. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. So now we'll flip it around, and now time to work on the just the yellow, which is all that's left. And oh wait, I must have missed one over here somewhere. Yeah, okay, I missed a couple of edges, but that's okay. We got it. So this is blue and red. That's blue and red. So let's just go ahead and put something in there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this one goes right here. So I'll just flip this around and then bring that back up. So that one's good. Okay. And now let's see, blue and yellow, it goes there. Yeah, okay, I guess we can do it. We'll just kind of replace that. Here we are. Just put that in there, that's fine. So that one's done. And there's our other red and blue. Wow, that's a long way. You know what, let's just go get it. Yeah, I might as well. So that's the piece I'm going to replace. Yeah, we'll just get it. Okay, there it is. We'll flip it around. And now we'll bring everything back. And there we go. So that one's in. And you see we didn't hurt the ones that were already done. That one wasn't done. And it looks like, yeah, so it's just that one and that one. This is a bit of a pain, but it's not bad. So we'll just take this one and we'll just do our technique that we've had lots of practice on. So this should work pretty well. So we're just going to replace this one. There it is. It's, oops, sorry, I meant to. So we want to replace this with this. So I'm going to flip this just to get it out of the way. Flip that. And now I'm going to undo all of these. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now this one's good. That one's good. We didn't hurt it at all. And this one we got a little problem because the this is flipped. And there's a couple of ways that we could fix that. But here's the way I do it. So I'm just gonna flip this out of the way. It's there. flip this in, put that back, okay, and then like that, and oops, okay, that didn't work. Something, oh, okay, it's because that is flipped around. Okay, something, yeah, so, right, that's fine. And now we'll 3-cycle these, and then it'll be good. So we're going to turn that in, turn that in, and turn that in. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and then I've gone around and I had this little problem, and then I realized I have this problem here too. Okay, so another way of fixing this is, well, no, we'll just, I'll fix it exactly the way I just fixed it. We'll just turn this down, flip, put it in, flip, put it in, flip. So that's good. And now we have to 3-cycle these and it'll be okay. Right. There's some reason why that didn't work. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. That way. Oh, okay. Okay, something not quite right here, because this should work. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Okay, so my edge is flipped. Now this is okay, and there's why. Right there. See, there's always got to be, right, there's always some reason. So that's why I'm basically had an edge, parity, because that edge is flipped. Well, looky that. Okay, so I'll fix this one, which will ripple through, and then eventually it'll get all fixed. Yeah, hey, look at that. I just so this is what I say. It's a battle between me and this puzzle, and the puzzle kind of winning a little bit. So now we have these. I think what I'll put that one, and I'll ripple the issue that way. So 3-cycle that. Okay, wow. Okay, so, and then this one, and so yeah, so it just, unfortunately, there's no real, quick way to solve this. The quick way would have been to not have the problem in the first place. But you know what? That's all part of the game. That's what it is, right? That's part of the game. Okay, now I do realize that this is going to cause this issue as well, but I needed to do that to get that in, because now this one's upside down and that one's upside down. The process of fixing this will flip that. Yeah, I probably would have been nice to notice that. So what I'm going to do, just to not munch that, I'll use this one instead. I think that will work. Yeah, so that one worked, and now, well, I ended up anyway doing it. Okay, and I just have to flip these now, 3-cycle them, which is that's what I started by saying. It's just all I have to do is 3-cycle them, which would normally have been the case. And now I got it. Okay, so yeah, so what I said was correct at the when this all started, was just 3-cycle them, but I didn't realize I had an edge out that was giving me, so I guess you'd call it a parity. I don't know. Some people get really uptight if you use the term parity too loosely. All right, well, that is the first step. The second step, yeah, we oriented the edges, then we assembled the edges, and now this next step, we're going to join the 2 halves of each petal. And in order to do that, we've got to use a little bit of trickiness. And what I like to do when I'm doing this part of it is pick what I call a hero corner. Now you can pick any corner in the puzzle, and you don't have to use the same one over and over again. You can just move around. But I always like to just pick one hero corner and just kind of stick with it. And what we're going to do with this hero corner is we're going to use it to join our petals. Now, in order to make this work for this first one, I have to have at least one color leaf that matches a triangle, and so far I don't have any. Let's see here. I'm just looking. Yeah, so I'm just looking to see what I can put in here. Okay, so this orange here, if I replace this with this one that has an orange, then I can join it. So that's what I'll do. So I'll swap. I'm going to swap this one and that one. And the way to do that is I'm going to recycle them, and I'll start by down here. So I'll do that, and that, and that, then that. Okay, and so what it did was it recycled them, and it moved the one that was there into there. So now if I turn this corner, it actually makes a complete leaf. Now if we were lucky, or if we had some extra pieces, we would have some other complete leaves, but this is okay. And the nice thing about using a hero corner like this is you can actually tell when it's turned, because the top color here, in this case white, is you can really clearly see that it's the corner. So now in order to turn this back and start again, I got to get this completed one out and replace it with a broken one. So I'll look around and find places that I can use it. And this one is great because we can actually use this white to make a leaf as well. So I'm going to replace this with that. And again, if we want to go this way, we got to start down here, right? So we'll go here, 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 and that's recycle them. And now we've got this in. And that's how we use the hero corner. So now I can turn it one more time, and now we have a whole white one. Okay, and again, I can just take this and I can replace this one here. We'll start here. It doesn't matter that that's whole because we're going to cycle this one in. There we go, we cycled that. Now, in this case, I've got two choices. I can either go back and turn a whole green one, or I can keep going this way and have a yellow one. It doesn't really matter. We'll just go that way. The important thing, though, is that we keep putting stuff in that's going to give us completed leaves. In this case, if I put this red one in here, then we can make a completed leaf that way. So I'm going to put this one in. So we'll go swap, 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 and then I can just go that way. Now, so far we've only been making one at a time, but this time we actually got two out of it, which is great. So now I can go ahead and swap two in. I see that one there. That'll work. Okay, so I swap that one in, and now I gotta swap that one out, and ideally it'll be something that I can use to make, and this with the orange will be great, because I'll be able to make the orange. Okay, so we'll start this way. There we go. All right. So now that one's in, and I just have to turn this back, and I've got a complete orange. And even though the hero corner has been turned, it's okay. We still know where it is, and I just got to get this one out. Now here, if I replace this, the white and the yellow, there's no way to make a complete leaf. So I'm going to look a little further afield here, and I don't see anything that way. So let's look in this direction. Okay, and then over here, well, I've got a red and blue here. So if we replace that, yeah, we actually have our choice. Actually, that'll work quite well. We have our choice. So I got to put this one up here. There's a couple ways to do it, but the easiest is just to turn it down, turn that one, turn that one, turn that one. The big thing is to always do it in 3 cycles so that we maximize the we don't mess up the puzzle and sort of keep things like this. I should have probably turned that back, right? It just happens. Now the nice thing about this is if I'm strategic about it, I'll actually make I think I can make 2, because this blue will make a blue there, this red will make a full red there. So if I go counterclockwise, we actually make 2. That's great. I like that. So here we go. So now this is where things get a little bit tricky, because we start running out of places. So this one we want to swap it. We start running out of broken pieces, but you can always move some more back from the bottom of the puzzle. So there's that one. So what I'm looking for now is something that I can use to either make a blue, make a green, or make a yellow here. So I gotta watch it. Well, that one has, this one's good because we can use it to make a yellow. So that'll be fine. Okay. And you see all the turning that we have to do with this, and that's the thing about this, that we want to have it working as well as possible. So I'll turn my hero corner back a little bit here, and then we've made that. Not, you know, it's only one, but yeah, we don't have to have a perfect one every single time where we're making all three. As a matter of fact, if I put that yellow in, we can make a yellow with that next. So let's do that. We'll start from here so that we cycle it in. Okay, so there we go. And now I can just turn, actually we can turn it either way, it doesn't matter. And I'm looking to see, it doesn't really matter, so we'll just turn it that way, that'll be fine. But now you see it's getting kind of harder to find pieces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one up a little bit, just, actually I'll move it over to there, just to get it a little closer. There we go. Okay. So now we can actually put this this green one in there, and in fact I kind of got it a little too close. Okay, so we're still working on the same hero corner. Like I said, you can just turn your hero corner back at any time. Just go to another part of the puzzle if you want to do it that way. It's fine, it works. So I see the green. I'm gonna turn the green there. There we go. So now I got to get that green, that one. Now, as you're doing this, and as you get a little further along, you want to sort of monitor your puzzle for the number of broken ones you have left, because when you get to the last couple, there's a little bit of a special thing you have to do. I'm sure that you might be sort of seeing that. So we're running out of fresh pieces here. So I think what I would like to do, yeah. So what I'd like to do is swap a couple of these. So I'll swap these two, to put that one in the orbit of one of these, and I'm going to swap them away from my hero corner. Just so I remember where it is, I'm just going to turn it, and I'm going to use the swap algorithm. So these are the two I'm swapping, and this is from the Curvy Copter. So it's just to swap two adjacent pieces. And then that one, that one, that one. There we go. Okay, so all it did was it swapped those two. Now I'll put this back. And now I can swap this one into that spot. Okay, so now I am free to make a yellow right over here. There we go. That's good. And I'm looking for some more pieces. Again, it's getting tough to find pieces. If I swap these two, then I can put that one in that, and that will give me something, yeah, to work with. Give me an orange anyway. I don't even know if that's going to help. As a matter of fact, yeah, I think I would rather have a green, this one. So I have to swap those two. I think I can do that. So to swap those two away from our hero corner, I'm going to bring them up, and I'm going to do the algorithm just on the other side of the puzzle, just because there are side effects of this. The side effects are a couple of the inner petals get swapped as well. Okay, and this one, I keep turning it back because that's the way the model I have for this move. Okay, so that one's good. So yeah, I'm doing basically an unnecessary move just because it's the way I think about it. It's two separate maneuvers. Okay, so I got our intact one out, and actually this is going to be sort of good, except that I've got a red here, which will make a red. I got a green there, and it makes a green. So really, even though that's a broken piece, it would be really, really nice if I could put either a red or a green right there. There's a red. Yeah, that'll help me make 2. So, and it's a fairly simple swap. So I'm going to swap it in. So I am swapping out a broken piece, but it's just to give us a better, more efficient thing. So now if I do it this way, we made 2. That's great. And I see this. That looks good. Though that one's okay. Yeah, so that's fine. So now I'll put that blue in there, blue and white. So now I pretty much, I need to either have a yellow or a white there in order to do something with that one. So I'm just looking around here. That's, okay, there's a white, but let's see, where does it need to go? Okay, well, what I'm going to do then, we want to put this one in that orbit, and then I think we'll be good. So I'm going to come up over here. Hopefully I haven't, I'm hoping I'm not affecting anything on that face. Sometimes, you know, it's fixable. If you cause a side effect, it is fixable, but just kind of, I'd rather try and avoid it. Okay, so I put that in. Okay, so now we're cooking with gas, as you say, because when I turn this, again, we're going to make 2. I've got that one, and then we're just left with that. All right, now let's take a survey here to see how many we've got left. I've got that. There aren't that many left. There's that, right. And I think that's what's going to happen. There's probably a yellow as well somewhere. Gotta be somewhere. Okay, so that one. Wow. Okay, well, I gotta swap those 2. Put that one in that orbit. And I don't want to swap them here because that's where I'm trying to work. So we'll swap them over here. Okay, so the flopping of the edges down to put them on either side is one thing. Then the jumbling is the jumbling of the 2 pieces across from each other is the other thing. And that's how I think about it. All right, so what was I trying to do? I was trying to put that so that we could, which one was I trying to get? Anyway, don't even, goes there. Well, I hope I did this right. That one, I'm not really sure I actually jumbled the right piece. There and there. Oh no, okay, so there, okay, this one's good. This one's good, very good. So that one, that one, good. Okay, that's 1. So now we need basically the corresponding piece over here. Okay, well, we still have a few more that are broken, so that it's not too bad. It's not terrible. So something with yellow, which would probably be that, which means I have to swap those 2. Okay, let's just do that. Okay. Yeah. So I think maybe by now you might notice that it is a bit of a challenge doing this part. It's fun, but it's certainly not trivial, as maybe you might expect if you're looking at a relatively simple curvy copter variant. You know, it's not nearly as simple as it would seem. So we got a little bit of difficulty here because that one there will go in. That'll make the blue, but then the yellow, it doesn't really work. So there's a couple ways we can deal with that. One easy way to deal with it, I think, would be just to replace this one with a yellow. And I think that would kind of make things easier on us here for the end game, because then I think we'll have a pretty good end game, except that it's kind of hard to find a path that has a yellow Okay, well, I think we can do it. Okay, so I have to swap those two. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of giving up one of my broken edges, and it's just to maybe make things just a little bit easier at the end here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace what I wanted to do. I might have messed this up. I want to replace this one with a yellow, and I'm not entirely sure I managed to. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. I just doing all that, and it's like, okay, so that one will go. There we go. All right. Okay, so now this may seem a little strange to replace a broken one with a good one, but when I turn this, you'll see that now we have all three are good, right? But I still have to turn it back, and there are still some broken ones on the puzzle, a couple of these. So I got to get those into positions, and then we'll figure out what we do next. So this one can go there, it can go there. So, okay, and that's really what it comes down to. We only have a couple left, and we have to handle the last couple sort of correctly. All right, and now this one, I just want to see here where we are. So there's that, and then we'll put it either there or there. It doesn't really matter. There. Yep, that's great. So I'm going to take this intact blue one and replace it with this one. And what you'll see at the end is it's going to be something like this, where you have something like this, where I turn it and this will make this one, right? And now what I need to do, this is orange. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put an intact orange one. So this orange will go and match up with the orange triangle, and then the full orange will also match up with that, and that's how I chose the color. Okay, so all I need to do now is put a full orange one in there. I just got to find a spot for it. And it actually makes the last little bit easier, because it also makes it, there we go. It also makes it easier to complete this final turn. Okay, so there we go. So now they're all intact. That's great. That's wonderful. But we have one last little problem. And the last little problem is that this edge, this corner, is misoriented. Okay? And the way to fix that, we have two that are the same, and what we'll do is we'll put the third one in the same, which will be orange, and then that'll solve all of the rest of it. We can turn the corner back, and we'll be down to the curvy copter part of this. All right, so I just got to find an orange now that will go in here. There it is. And so that's why I did that sort of special thing at the end, just to make it all work out really nicely here. And look at that. Now I'm just going to double check, make sure I didn't miss any, but that's it. Okay, so that was the reduction to curvy copter. I'm just going to go around now. It looks like I was kind of bad about putting my edges back. I shouldn't have been, but still, it is looking pretty good. It's looking like a curvy copter now. Okay, so that's it. The next part is the curvy copter, just a curvy copter solve, and because we don't have any corners to fool with, it's actually not really too bad. This is where I'm going to show you that my curvy copter skills are actually quite terrible. I'm just laying it out there. So you probably have a much better way of solving curvy copters than I do, and I'm sure that you're much better at it, because just about everybody, I think, is better at it. Okay, so this, I just got to figure out where all the different ones are. different ones, because sometimes I do unnecessary maneuvers on the Curvy Copter. So I got this one, and it has to go there. That's its orbit. So it's there, which means I gotta switch. Do I gotta switch 2 orbits here? I think I do. And it's there, and it's there. Yeah, I think I gotta switch and switch. I think it's 2 orbits. That sucks. Okay, that's easy enough. So there it is. We'll turn these 2 down. So you see this one algorithm, I'm getting a lot of mileage out of this. Now the side effect for this algorithm is that it also swaps these 2. It's the same side effect as the side swap. So I've got that now, but it's not good enough because now I have to swap those 2. So I'll just swap them over here, and it doesn't really hurt anything when you do it that way. I know you'd sort of think it would, but it doesn't. Okay, and then you do it that way, and you do it that way. Okay, so now we're in the right orbit. Okay, so we got all the white here, and this is just how the solve goes. We'll go around, and we'll just try and solve as many of them as we can. Okay, I think I can actually do one of the blues here. Yeah, I just, if I can find one face, it's a little easier, then I'll do that one. That one goes there, but that's, yeah. All right, well, that worked. And then I got that one, which, yipes. Okay. Okay, so I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to figure out where all this goes. That's all well and good. That goes there. But this one, oh, okay, I think I got that. That's the one I really want to get. I want to get the upper ones first, if possible, I think. And then that one goes in there. Okay. I'm sort of feeling pretty confident here, but I I can get into trouble pretty quickly on this. Yeah, such as doing something like that. Okay. Okay, that's a lot, but you know what? It sort of worked, except that I lost my piece. Okay, I'm not quite sure why I lost my piece there, but we'll get it back. There it is. It's just, oh boy. All right, well, it's progress. It's progress. It's some kind of progress here. So now this one, so that can go, okay, not bad actually. There we are. Okay. And now that one. Yeah. It's kind of a relaxing thing. Now, this one goes there. I think this is one of those cases where it's like I got to do 2 swaps. I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, so it's got to be there. And that's a long way from where it is. So I'm going to swap those 2, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I always pop it back. Not really. Okay, so that worked, and yeah, there. But it's got to go there. So, but that's fine. I'm just gonna swap these 2. I'll bring this over. Not gonna hurt anything over here, really. it's just sort of fun just watching this puzzle come together here. Now I know that this is, yeah, I'm knocking something good out, but I just wanted to get that put in because this sort of thing I know about. I know how to fix that. Now this one, oh boy, that there. Okay, I think I can fix that. Good. Now this one goes there, and there's no fixing that. So those two have to swap. Which will swap, I think, those two, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll fix that later. Just one step at a time. Okay, there we are. Okay, not too bad. I know how to fix that, so that's good. And this one, wow, look at that. That's just, okay. Okay. Well. Now that, so this goes there. So for sure, we're probably going to have to swap that. Yeah, I'll probably have to swap that. Well, let's just try something here anyway. I think I can get that one in. Okay, there we go. Okay, looking good. I know how to fix that, but for sure I gotta, yeah, those two have to swap. And because I'm doing it that way, I might as well just do it over here. It can't get any worse. Okay. Okay, and yeah, so that one goes in there. Oh boy. Okay. Not quite sure what's up there. Let's see if I swap that. Yeah, this is where my knowledge of okay. So what do I have to swap here to make all this work? That one. I'm gonna swap these two. I think that's what I gotta do. I know I have to do some swaps, and I know that the Curvy Copter people are gonna be the experts are gonna be kind of on this, but you know what? It's all fun. So that's not too bad. So what did that get me? Well, I think what it got me is this. I think what I can do. Yeah, it may not be quite right yet, but I think it's gotten better anyway. So green. Okay. So that one and that one I can swap. That'll help. Okay. So that did help, and this I know how to fix that. Look at that. You swap those two. Okay, and then when you end up with this flipped edge parity, I know how to swap that, fix that. It's jumble right, no, yeah, jumble right, jumble left. So it's the only time you're going to see an algorithm that's different, where you do it this way as well. It's the only time I've used that on this puzzle. Okay, see if I can make that work. There we go. And that is the Butterflower Cube solved. Imagine that. So that was the whole thing. I hope the Curvy Copter part wasn't too painful, but that's how I solved the Butterflower. So It was orient the edges to reestablish the color scheme, pair up the edges around the puzzle, and then use our hero corner, or multiple if you wanted, to pair up the petals. Special handling on the last couple of petals where you have to maybe put in some of the same colors, some strategic insertions there to make it all work out. And then finally you solve the Curvy Copter, probably in a way that's much more efficient than I did. But hey, there you go. All right, well, that's it for this video. As always, I appreciate your comments, your questions, your suggestions. Remember the opening question where I had all my Curvy Copter family members out. If there's any from that you think I'm missing, let me know down in the comments, because I always like to learn new things or be reminded if I forgot one. And yeah, anything else you want to leave in the comments. All right, well, until next time, thanks for watching.